And Nathaniel, I talked to them about this for a long time ago. And his staff several times. Yeah, I'll give this one a like. But they taught millions of people the worst possible thing to do. So they're killing non-drug overdoses and drug overdoses. Taught millions of people. The person's comatose, labored shallow breathing, turning blue from lack of oxygen, making gurgling noises. Deny rescue breathing and pound on a beating heart. All those signs could be any of 100 medical conditions that require rescue breathing only. I had to know. I worked as a paramedic for 13 years in Vancouver, and we certainly didn't kill everybody out in BC. First time I talked to Nathaniel about saving lives was long ago at a town hall he held at a Catholic school. On the panel was Nathaniel, someone from the high school, and Steve Coates. He's the head of the Toronto Police Drug Squad. I got there early and handed out information to the people about what's going on. There were some students there, and I talked to them. They understood right away. One of them especially says, well, I've got my babysitter's license from St. John Ambulance. That's wrong. During the 1-hour presentation by the panel, Steve Coates, police department, he just sits there and he glares at me and growls. Because he knows what they've taught millions of people to do is putting police officers and their family members' lives in danger. The police show up with EMS and fire all the time and see rescue breathing given for any of the hundreds of causes of breathing emergency, because cardiac arrest is a very rare event compared to breathing emergencies. And anyway, Nathaniel's on reconciliation with the Indigenous. I gave a deputation with other Indigenous peoples about overdose years ago to the Board of Health. And then he's animal protection. Your pet has a breathing emergency, give it rescue breathing only, don't pound on its heart. So, there's the links to the letter from the Executive Director at Health Canada. Removed rescue breathing. You deny rescue breathing to any respiratory emergency patient, they die. And there's a link to the Board of Health Indigenous overdose. A Great Spirit, the giver of the breath of life. And that's what you do for any animal. Even a house plant knows it has to breathe or it dies. So I've talked to politicians of every stripe, from the federal, provincial, and civic. Mayor John Tory and the Associate Medical Officer of Health had a press conference in 2017 and said it's rescue breathing. They'll be given chest compressions. The mayor says this is what's causing people to lose their lives, quite literally. Yeah, because they taught millions of people and they're eagerly following the wrong orders. You could be the next one in the morgue, suffer an injury or illness that needs breaths only. So at the end of the conference, Nathaniel said to me, he says, you should get a hold of Arthur Potts. He's the MPP for this riding. He says, I known Arthur Potts long before he became a politician. His family owns a pharmaceutical company. The original name was Immutech. You show it to the pharmacists and the doctors at Immutech, in 2 seconds they would say, that's the worst possible thing you could do. Read the comment box for the medical information and then think, because I watch y'all make yourselves physically and emotionally ill, denying what a child knows. Breathing emergencies, it's rescue breathing ASAP, no chest compressions. Don't do this, as millions taught. It's rescue breathing first, then you may give naloxone, continue rescue breathing. Person might wake up with the rescue breathing only. For 10 million references in the medical literature, it's rescue breathing for breathing emergencies.